Let's be real. In the tech world, machine learning talent is a hot commodity. But how do you actually prove your skills are a cut above the rest? It's not just about what you know, it's about how you can prove it. So today, we're going to map out the entire path to a certification that does exactly that. So, you're in the trenches, right? You're building models, you're working with data, but in this crazy competitive job market, how do you send a clear signal that you're an expert on a major platform like Databricks? You need something that makes you stand out, a certification that proves you can get the job done. And that's where this comes in, the Databricks Certified Machine Learning Associate. This is a big deal. It's a globally recognized credential that basically tells any employer, hey, this person knows their way around the entire ML workflow on the Databricks Lakehouse Platform. The source material calls it your ML badge of honor, and honestly, that's the perfect way to think about it. So, to get you ready, we've broken this whole explainer down into a 6-part journey. We'll start with what this badge is all about, then dive into why it's a game changer for your career, and then we'll break down the exam itself. After that, it's all about your study plan, what this thing is worth in the real world, and finally, we'll bust a few common myths.
Okay, let's dive into part 1, your ML badge of honor. We're going to look at what this certification is really testing, and maybe more importantly, figure out if you're the right person to be going for it in the first place.
And you know, what's really striking is just how many different people can get value out of this. I mean, sure, it's a no-brainer for aspiring ML engineers and data scientists, but look at this list. It's also perfect for Databricks power users who want to specialize, data engineers who need to collaborate with ML teams, and consultants who have to prove their skills to clients. It's even a fantastic launching point for folks looking to switch careers.
Okay, on to section 2. We know who this is for, but let's talk about the real return on investment here. What do you actually get for all your hard work? Let's dig into why this certification truly matters for your career.
And the benefits are very, very real. Our source calls it a career catalyst, and that's a great term for it. It does so much more than just look good on your LinkedIn. It genuinely helps you pop in a huge pile of resumes, and it can unlock specific roles like data scientist or machine learning engineer. It just gives you that instant credibility and shows you're serious about your craft.
All right, section 3. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the exam breakdown. If you're going to take this on, you need to know exactly what you're walking into, the timing, the cost, and what they're actually going to test you on. Let's run through the key numbers. First, you've got 90 minutes. That's it. So you've got to be on your game with time management.
And in that 90 minutes, you'll be tackling 48 multiple-choice questions. That works out to less than 2 minutes a question, so you have to move quickly and be confident in your answers. The magic number you're aiming for is a 70% to pass. That gives you a little bit of wiggle room, but you definitely need to know your stuff.
And finally, the price tag. It's a $200 investment plus any taxes. But when you think about the career boost, it's well worth it. Now this is probably the most crucial part of the breakdown. It tells you exactly where to focus your study time. A whopping 38% of the exam is on Databricks machine learning, the platform itself. Then another 31% is on model development. You add those two up, and that's almost 70% of the entire exam right there. So yeah, ML workflows and deployment matter, but those first 2 areas are where you need to live and breathe.
Which leads us perfectly into section 4, your study game plan. Because knowing what's on the exam is only half the battle. Knowing how to prepare is what gets you over the finish line. This is your training montage moment.
Okay, everybody, listen up. If you take away just one single thing from this whole explainer, let it be this quote. The source material could not be more clear. The #1 factor for success is practical, hands-on experience. They recommend at least 6 months of it. You simply cannot pass this exam by just reading a book. You have to get your hands dirty.
So what does that look like? Here's a simple 4-step roadmap. 1. Get hands-on. Start building real end-to-end ML workflows. 2. Live in the official Databricks resources. The documentation and the Academy courses are your best friends. 3. Take practice tests. They are the best way to find out what you don't know. And 4. Absolutely master those key Databricks concepts. ML Flow, AutoML, and the feature store are non-negotiable.
So let's fast forward. You followed the game plan, you put in the work, and you passed. Congratulations! That brings us to section 5. Now that you have this shiny new certification, what does it actually mean out in the real world? It's really important to understand both its strengths and its limitations.
And this slide lays it out perfectly. On the one hand, the strengths are crystal clear.
This cert validates your practical, core skills with Databricks tools and workflows. But on the other hand, you got to be realistic. This isn't a PhD in machine learning theory. It covers the basics of MLOps, not the super advanced stuff. And of course, it's all about the Databricks ecosystem. It proves you're a skilled practitioner on that platform. All right, we are on the home stretch. Let's jump into our final section. Number 6, myths versus reality. There are a few common misunderstandings floating around about this exam, and we're going to clear them up right now so you can prepare the right way.
Myth number 1. The exam is all theory. False. Absolutely, 100% false. Like we've been saying this whole time, this is a test of your practical, applied skills. Can you actually use the tools to get something done? That's what matters here. And myth number 2, you can pass with just general machine learning knowledge. Nope, not gonna happen. While that general knowledge is a great foundation, this exam is specifically testing your expertise on Databricks' specific features. You have to know ML Flow, the feature store, and AutoML inside and out, the way they work on the Databricks platform. So let's wrap this all up. What are your key takeaways? First, this is a practical, hands-on exam, period. Second, you have to focus your studying on those Databricks-specific tools. Third, getting this cert can be a huge catalyst for your career. And finally, remember this, it's valid for 2 years, which means you've got to stay up to date with the platform. We've laid out the entire roadmap for you, from the why to the how. You literally have the blueprint to go out and earn that ML badge of honor. So the only question left is, what's the next step you're going to take on your ML journey?